Hello, everyone. This is Professor CC19 here for part 7 of our Earthbound playthrough. Once again, joined by.
Pittsburgh Pat, how are you, Professor? This is great. We're in part 7? Wow, this is
Yep,
great.
lucky number 7. And we made a
Mhm.
lot of story progress last time. We got our third party member, Jeff, and voyaged through the northern country of Winters to represent England. And we're back here in Threed. We conquered the boogie tent and trapped the zombies all in another tent, and now have access to the secret road to the northwest, which we will explore today.
Excellent, excellent.
Also, we changed the color palette to strawberry.
A little variety, yes.
Yep, we'll be going through with peanut and banana by the time the series ends. Also, before we get started, I would like to say please subscribe to both of our channels if you are enjoying this content and would like to see the rest of the series. We would really appreciate it. And that gives us a chance to do something we haven't done at all in Threed, use the town map and show, just in general, what it looks like.
Oh, yeah, excellent. I like it.
The cool thing about it is the people referring to the hidden road at the edge of the graveyard. It's a
Yes.
direct reference to the town map. Because the thing that says Threed Town Map in the top left-hand corner is what's hiding that there's a path there.
Yeah, isn't that great how these old games did that sort of thing?
Yeah. And it says APE, that's the name, I think, of the developing company or production company or whatever.
But on the game map, there was a compass, right? There was a indicator of north, south, east, west on the map, and there was a secret location in that area on the map. It was
Oh,
a
really?
separate island. Yes. So that was very clever, I thought. So
I
that,
just always
that
get a kick
reminded
out
me
of
of stuff.
the. I always just get a kick out of the whole. Some people think that no matter which direction you hold the map, up is always north.
Yeah. There are map readers and then there are not map readers.
That's the non-map map reader. Uh,
Uh,
we never checked this sign. Says there's graffiti here. Software development house where you can see Mount Fuji. HAL Laboratory.
HAL Laboratory, a
That's
reference to
actually
2001: A Space Odyssey.
maybe. I also think it might actually be a reference to the production company that made this game, since it was originally in Japan and Mount Fuji, of course.
Yeah.
The next thing I want to do is go to the arms dealer that is hiding back here. There's also another sign here. I won't say anything to you adults, but I would stress to you young kids, don't play for more than 2 hours. Anything excessive is no good. Parents
Ah,
opposing obsession plan. Notice the
so
initials.
so so this is funny because at this time there was kind of a movement about video games, right? United States, I don't know if it was in Japan as well, I guess maybe it was. And it was like, are video games good for kids? Are they inciting kids to violence? This sort of
I've heard
thing.
that, yeah. I've actually heard a full
And there was,
speech on that.
yeah, they were talking about restricting, that was one of the things, like don't let your kids play for too long and that sort of, and then there was a voluntary rating system on video games, which still kind of persists to this day, where you'll see it'll say like M for mature. You'll
Oh,
hear,
of course, yeah.
yeah, yeah. But that came from the government was threatening to make a rating system similar to the movie rating system.
Yeah, the movie rating system, which was, I think X rating is no longer
PG,
around. I think it's
yeah, that's
G,
not even there.
PG,
Yeah,
PG-13, R, and
yeah.
NC-17, which I don't think I've ever even seen
Yeah, I
used.
think the reason that they did that was because X-rated became affiliated with how should I
Like
say,
almost
sexual
like,
movies. Yeah,
yeah, it
and
almost
and
felt
for
taboo X rated.
yeah, right. But then there were also movies that were excessively violent that they wanted to fall under that category, and so that's when they remodeled it to, just nobody under 17 is allowed to see this one because it's just too
Oh, oh
too
yeah.
violent. Yeah.
And then there's also the TV rating system, which is a little different. You have Y, Y7, PG, TV 14, and mature, MA.
Well, it kind of makes sense. I mean, the difference between the cognitive abilities of a 7-year-old and a 12-year-old or a 13-year-old, I mean, it's vast. I've
Oh
been
yeah, of
teaching
course.
I've been teaching 9-year-olds at one school, and I've been teaching 11 12-year-olds at another school. And so, yeah, I have to modify my curriculum even though I'm teaching similar subjects. But it's amazing what some are capable of and others are, when those abilities, different cognitive abilities rise
Yep.
chronologically,
And it's
chronically
not
age.
just like a map thing for every child's the same. You have to get to know people like that.
True, true. Ooh, a luck capsule. That sounds good.
Oh, we have to use that now. We're going to use that on Jeff also because his IQ and luck are more important for like the different things he does.
Oh, so that's a permanent raise to his stats if he
Yes,
ingests that?
yes. IQ, luck, guts, defense, offense or attack, HP,
Yeah.
PP, and vitality are your stats, I think. I think that's all of them.
Huh.
Um, and luck is more important for Jeff because those bottle rockets that we used, it's kind of a dice roll how much damage they do, and the higher your luck, the more damage it will do.
Okay, gotcha.
And Jeff, of course, is the only one that can use them, so that's why we put it on Jeff. And if you remember what I said last time about Threed using the red color palette a lot, you're going to see it even more
Yeah.
so going forward.
Okay.
Particularly with the enemies in this tunnel, dark red. For the battle
Dark,
backgrounds,
dark red.
yeah, the spawn rates in these tunnels are very high.
Okay.
So they're rather scary places. Zombie dog and zombie.
There you go.
And there you go, battle background. These enemies have a different battle background now that we're in these tunnels.
Oh yeah, look at them. Pretty cool.
That just makes me think of blood in some sort of way, like a cellular red blood cell kind of thing.
Like incredible. What is it called? The Incredible Journey. The one where it's like a 1960s movie where they shrink some scientists and inject them into the bloodstream of a patient or something like that.
I think I've heard of that concept. I don't know if I've heard of that movie. But yeah, the zombie dog is
Yeah,
tougher. We're gonna focus
I think it
freeze
was a.
beta on it.
Oh, okay. I think it was a
I'm
Disney
not
movie.
Yeah, I'm not gonna use the bottle rockets yet. And I'm not really scared of the urban zombie, just the dog, so. See, 46 damage to Paula.
Whoa.
Oh, but he's weak
Paula's
to freeze. You're weak to freeze, so Paula returned with 318, so checkmate.
checkmate. Nice. Food items.
Actually,
Here's food items. Okay.
we're just gonna use the bread roll for Paula, Jeff. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course, we use the tin of cocoa on the bread roll. Of course.
Oh, it just does it randomly.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't have any cookies, or we really wouldn't have had any of those other items either.
Yeah, it
All right.
just tells you. It doesn't say the drop rate. It just tells you what the location is where you could find it and buy it and how much it costs. But
Yeah.
I don't see the drop rate on
Oh, geez.
this wiki. Uh-oh.
Oh, that was a
Whoa.
back
And we
attack.
got an extra one.
I didn't expect 4 of them to spawn in here, but a back attack is pretty good.
Well, you wanted to level up anyway, so this is good.
That's
Right?
true. We do want to get to level 34. And I'd rather do it on the hot pink swim trunk zombies than the the dogs.
Is that a phrase that you ever thought you would say as an adult? Yeah. Hot pink
Mm.
swim trunk zombies.
Probably not.
I love it.
What I was going to say before when we did that sign, the sign that said, "Oh, parents, not wanting you to play for more than 2 hours," it said, "It doesn't matter if you're an adult. Like we're both adults. We got this." We're complacent to our life decisions.
Yes.
Now we
Yes.
have presents in caskets instead of present boxes here in these tunnels. It
Oh, okay.
feels
So it's like a crypt or something.
it feels just a bit disrespectful, but the game encourages you by saying "Ta-da!" There's a Skip Sandwich
Grave,
DX
yeah.
inside.
Grave robbing.
Did something very mysterious. Did not work on Jeff.
Mysterious.
Yeah, the urban zombies are kind of broken in that respect. Their did something mysterious would cause us to not be able to use psychic attacks. However, it just
Mm-hmm.
never works. It will always fail.
Mm.
See, there it is again.
Mm-hmm.
Another reason to not be as scared of them. Ooh, 4 IQ for Jeff. That'll help with his item fixing.
Good.
Ta-da! There's a silver bracelet inside. That is another defense
Yes.
item.
Silver is better than copper, I assume.
Yeah, of course. Although it makes me wonder why they didn't go bronze than silver. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Zombie Professor A. Zombie Professor B.
Not Professor. No, I'm Professor. This is Possessor.
Oh, Possessor. Oh, sorry.
That'd be funny, like, oh, they're not ghosts. It's
I-
Zombie Possessor. Huh.
Yes, that's a professor. Here's how you can be a better zombie. An advanced zombie. Take my course.
That's even funnier, actually. Zombie
Take my
Professor.
online course.
Yeah, online.
Everybody has an online course now. It's like
Talk
crazy.
about getting catfished. I'm talking to my professor. He's actually a ghost.
Yeah, that's pretty catfished. It
But
doesn't
in
even
the
exist on the
chaos,
material plane.
Paula got a mini ghost, which you can't see very well. But that
Oh
is
no! So, oh, I see it now. Yeah, it's flying around her,
so. Pardon me. This is
flying
not
around us, actually.
This is not Aviator, but this is another one to name. So what do we have this time?
But
Or what about Gomer? Like Gomer from Andy Griffith?
Gomer Pyle.
I think because it sounds like Gopher, I'm gonna go with that. Gomer the Ghost.
I like it. Gomer the Ghost.
York.
York.
That makes me think also of what's his name? Mork and Mindy. Mork from
Mork.
York.
Yeah. Nanu. Yeah.
Nanu. I haven't said this on YouTube before, but I've said this on stream. I'm kind of a collector of stuffed animals, like even back from my childhood.
Oh.
But I have a stuffed banana, and I named him Nanu after Mork and Mindy.
Oh, that's awesome.
But yeah,
I like it.
back on track. York. Since you had Fly, honey, I considered you a friend. But actually, you're just a commoner. I am the mortal enemy of your kind. Boss fight.
Oh my.
The
Whoa.
mini barf. Yeah.
This is a boss fight?
This is a
Doesn't look
boss fight.
intimidating.
Exactly, but despite him not looking intimidating and this background looking like something under a petri dish after you haven't washed your hands, he's actually pretty tough.
It's like 3,000 hit points or something.
No, not that tough, but like his attacks can cause us all to be crying, which means our attacks won't hit him as often, and then also he can hit pretty hard. Yeah,
Gotcha.
Paul is just gonna stay with fire for now. That's the way to go. Jeff, you have one more bottle rocket. Please use it.
Use it up.
In the meantime, the tiny little ghost is not being very effective.
Well, he can only hit us for 1 hit point anyway, right?
Yeah, but he's just using the reaching out with the icy hand, but like at 4 out of 5 turns, he hasn't been able to freeze our bodies. Maybe it's because we have other status ailments? I'm not sure how that works.
That makes us immune to his attack. That would be a very interesting feature if that's true.
Well, I don't think so, because we can have multiple at the same time. Like, we can have crying and poisoned at the same time. Paula has the ghost, but also could be frozen for a turn.
Yeah.
It didn't say he was vulnerable to anything else. I think we're just gonna use shield on Paula just to be safe. Paula can keep using fire, and we should be done in another turn or two. And the ghost missed. The tiny ghost missed.
Hmm.
Exhale. Yeah, that I guess is a good thing about him because he uses that attack a lot. But since we're already all crying, it's not meaning as much because he's just wasting his turn.
Hmm.
All right. That ghost's still having more problems. There we go. Yay, we can see some green grass again. And this gentlemanly figure. You must have a long, tough road ahead of you, do you not? No, there is no
We
need to
do.
explain. We do. I already know. You must be hungry. This is good timing for you. I happen to be carrying something to eat. What would you like? Croissant, your favorite.
Croissant.
One thing
And
I
a
like
cup
is the
of coffee to dip it in.
One thing I like about this guy, he's not super helpful because these are kind of low healing items, but all three of
Yeah.
them start with the
Yeah.
letter C, so I'm guessing that's his favorite letter. So his name's probably like
Hmm.
Charlie or something.
Yeah, we call him Chris or.
Isn't that the C in the phonetic alphabet, Charlie?
I believe you're right. Alpha Bravo Charlie.
Yeah. I think we're gonna buy the croissants, two of them, to replace the bread rolls which we ate. If you recall, back while we were in Happy Happy Village, there was one house that we came to that I told you to remember the goofiness of the
Yes.
text and the font.
Yes. Yes.
He said, "Friends in valley behind Threed."
Ah.
Saturn Valley. I'm surprised we're not running into any enemies. There is a bomb inside.
A bomb? Oh my gosh.
That's
Call
where this
somebody.
comes up. It wasn't in Peaceful Rest Valley, it was here. But yeah, that's an attacking item for when Paula is out of PP.
Okay.
Yeah, where's all the enemies? There's a lot of new enemies that can spawn, and there they are. We have red Antoids. Before they were black, now they are red. That means they're, well, more dangerous.
Red. Yeah.
And then instead of the urban zombie, we have the farm zombie. He's away from town. There's a weird frog.
Ribbit. Uh-oh. Coming to get us.
My mother loves frogs. She loves frogs and hummingbirds.
We actually got hummingbirds this year. We put out a feeder
yeah.
and they actually came this year. I'm very happy about that.
Oh yeah, awesome. I get her a different hummingbird themed Christmas gift every year. So she has a stained glass light that's a hummingbird drinking from a flower. She has a necklace that has a hummingbird on it. And now this year I got her a calendar with all different photos of hummingbirds.
Oh, that's very nice of you.
But yeah, this is the armored frog. Hence, it has very high defense. And that's a rhyme.
Hence defense.
Yeah. I think we're going to use some psychic attacks on it because that counters the defense. So, freeze
So it just
out.
bypasses. Defense is a physical thing.
Defense is a physical thing, yes.
Gotcha. Good idea.
Yep.
Good double it. Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
61.
Good.
Finally that works.
Whoa. That's great. So now we have an example of that working. I'm very happy about that.
Now, there's a little bit bigger than one collection of pixels. It actually has some legs on it. This is one of the goofiest enemies.
Spider?
The Violent Roach.
Violent roach.
I'm like, yeah, roaches can be pretty intimidating to some people, but I've never described one as violent before, so I just find that funny.
They like fly right at you. Well, it's interesting. You were talking about the hummingbirds. I was in my backyard, and there was a tree that I spotted one in, and so I went outside and sat for a minute or two, and it went between the tree and the feeder. I didn't realize that that was what was happening. I found out later because we have a camera back there. But I stood up and I thought at first a dragonfly was coming at me because something hovered right in front of my face and then flew away. And I
Oh,
realized that's a really big dragonfly. And they're like, oh, that's a hummingbird that just like
yeah.
checked me out. That is so, it was so neat, you know?
All right. Welcome to one of the fan favorite areas. An area with goofy music that unfortunately you can't hear, but I can hear in my head every time I go to sleep after playing this game. Saturn Valley. And this is what they look like. I'm not exactly sure what it's supposed to be. It has eyes, it has a nose, it has feet. It kind of has a hair with a ribbon in it. But they're very friendly, goofy, and heartwarming in a sense.
Like a zippy.
We feel groove. Hi-ho, me, Mr. Saturn. This place, all are Mr. Saturn. That is their
Oh, so they're like from another planet.
kind of, yeah. Like, it's
Yeah.
the species is Mr. Saturn. There are male and
Yeah.
female, but they all look exactly the same.
Now the building was kind of small, but it didn't look like that. The one that we saw back in Tucson.
Oh yeah. Back in Happy Happy Village, he had just a normal house. These
yeah,
houses
that's
actually have the hair with the ribbon on everything. Even the couch
Yeah, on the
has
couch. And the table legs look like legs.
Oh yeah. Do you want slumber? Yes. KO. That's a full heal. Ooh. Just fixed the broken iron.
Oh, good.
It
Let's see what
became
that is.
the slime
The
generator.
slime generator.
So, he lives in a trash can, or resides in a trash can. What profession do you think he has?
Sanitation engineer.
I'm Dr. Saturn.
A doctor.
Of course. And not only that, he is the best doctor in the game because he is the only one that can heal a status ailment which we haven't even seen yet. He can also get rid of the ghost without you paying for it or you telling him to do anything. He just fixes everything instantly. You all fixed
Nice.
up.
We like that.
So farewell to Gomer the Ghost. Goodbye.
I like it. His name was Dr. what?
Dr. Saturn.
Oh, they just everybody's named Saturn around here.
Pretty much. Once upon a time, we were many. Every day, slowly, are less. Why? Boing. Boing. They're called Saturnisms. Yes, there's actually a term because of the culture of this game. Boing, ding, and zoom are Saturnisms that they will start or end sentences with. There was a fourth one that got removed from the game that was even better. It was Chattanooga, like Tennessee. They would just randomly say
It got removed from the game?
I don't know why, but they would just sometimes randomly say Chattanooga at the end of the sentence. Maybe it was too long. Like too long of a word.
Controversial? Oh, it didn't fit in the word balloon, maybe. But like, yeah, I'm thinking like, well, the Chattanooga City Council objected to the name in this game being referred to by
No, I don't think Tennessee
zany
people.
aliens.
I don't think Tennessee is that confrontational.
Yeah, they weren't that vigilant about.
Base secret. Base behind Grapefruit Falls. Password I tell. Belchman say. Oh, there's Belch. Belchman say password. Then stand still. Wait for 3 minutes. And it plays
Password.
the password is just stay there for 3 minutes.
Oh.
And it plays a little eerie tone. Back when we were in the valley going upwards, you could go farther north than this cave. That's where Grapefruit Falls is. But you can't just know that you have to wait for 3 minutes. You actually have to come here and talk to Mr. Saturn. And that tone that plays when you talk to this guy triggers you being able to enter.
I see. So it's a triggered event. So this instance has to happen in order for the other instance to start.
Exactly, like a certain type of logic. Scary guy. Boing. Grapefruit Falls. Scary, sick, barfy. Go and la. Ding. Scary. They're just so nutty, and it's so fun
Yeah,
to
they're
try.
lovely.
They're blocking me. There's a duck.
Quack.
It's the mad duck, and we can't. There's two of them. I don't think I've ever seen that before. We can't
Blocking us.
access this ledge. Enemies can actually spawn outside of the valley. On the ledges we can't. Well, even when we came in, but you can never actually fight any of them. 3 is zombieful. I saw bad stink behind falls. Zoom. Horn of Life. That's super expensive because it is basically a full heal from the dead. So normally if we heal, well, we can't yet, but if we brought somebody back from the dead, they would have low health. But a Horn of Life brings them back to full health.
Gotcha.
Secret Herb heals certain status ailments, and then picture postcard, like back in Happy Happy Village, they make you feel depressed. So why would you buy them?
Not me.
You want to sell things? No, what? You want to sell me things at me? Like it's like we're throwing at him, we're selling it at him.
Yeah. Well, that's a typical thing. If you don't speak the language, you get prepositions mixed up.
I think we're gonna get rid of
Skip sandwich. Yeah, we don't like those. We never use those.
We get $19, I think that says.
Yeah, I think you're right. We'll take it. Also, that's about as much as an insect spray is.
Yeah. If you were wondering about this font and why it's so different,
they made it.
This was inspired by the game designer or developer. I think it's Shigesato Itoi. He's one of the main people responsible for this game, but it's based on his daughter's handwriting when she was a little girl.
Oh, I see. Yeah, let's get a red ribbon.
He says, "Which one of you will carry this burden?"
This burden.
A ribbon so burdensome. 48 plus 5. We're gonna sell the regular ribbon for 44.
Wow, that's a great deal.
That gives us exactly enough to buy the Great Charm for Jeff, because he has no charm.
Poor Jeff has no charm.
Sorry, Jeff.
That's okay, Jeff. We'll send you to charm school.
I didn't mean it that way. So.
Of course not, but I love the double entendres. That's my favorite. I love playing with language.
The moment you say something, you realize that it could be taken the wrong way. We need more cash.
I'm not responsible for how people interpret my words. My intent could be clearer, but that's
That's true. If you're offended, it's your fault.
That's right. It's not my fault. Well, I mean, obviously, if you're intending offense, that's one thing. But
one thing,
I rarely do that.
One thing that came up last year, I've always been a fan of Jeopardy and trivia. There was a Jeopardy champion named Yogesh Rout. He was a 3-day winner. People really didn't like him because after he was on the show, he kind of wrote a post saying that Jeopardy isn't really a good measure of someone's trivia skills because of like the daily doubles and luck, and you're having to buzz in time. So he just kind of put it in a way saying like, oh, Jeopardy shouldn't be like mainstream. And like as a fan, I don't like him saying that. But
yeah, that's the last part of that statement is probably the judgment part.
Yeah,
could have been left out because the other parts are accurate. Did I tell you I tried out?
Yes, I remember we talked about that on a podcast.
And then so I made it to the thing, and one of the first things the members of the Clue crew were there, and the production crew, and what they said was, we know that you guys made it to you made the cut, so we all know you're intelligent, but we're making a TV show here.
Yes.
So this isn't like who's the smartest person. This is, we want to entertain our audience. So that's why we're doing this part, to see if what you look like on camera and how you respond to instructions and things of that nature. And I think a lot of people, there was one guy in particular, he had been selected, he had gotten to that level 7 times, but they never selected him. But he was kind of a stick in the mud. Like he was very smart, but he just didn't have
not a very good personality,
charisma, right?
like
He didn't
not
have a lot of
upbeat
charm.
and yeah.
Just like Jeff, you know? He's and it
um,
just you know, yeah, he wasn't conducive. It wasn't conducive, you know, to being selected. But
but
and they're looking for, you know, whatever they're looking for. That's the thing. Like I've tried out for parts for acting, and
yeah, they're looking
you
for a
can't get
specific portrayal. Yeah,
yes, you can't get offended if they don't select you. It has nothing
yeah.
to do with your talent. Maybe they're looking for a demographic. You know,
Oh
well, we
yeah,
have enough 45-year-olds. We want somebody who's 39. Who
someone that's a little
knows?
younger, or at least looks younger. Um,
Yeah,
what I was
exactly. Yeah.
what I was going to say is, also I am trying out for Wheel of Fortune as well. I sent an audition. Um,
Ooh, good for you. I think they need people. I think
what I
this is
was
a
gonna
good time to try out.
the last thing I was gonna say was about Yogesh. I wasn't crazy about his comment because as a Jeopardy fan, I didn't like that. Other people got more offended, saying that like, oh, he has been invited back, by the way, to the Tournament of Champions. People were saying like, oh, they should never invite him back after he said this. And his response to that was so it was snarky, but it was accurate. And it was in a way where like it related to me, who I think people get offended over things that they probably shouldn't nowadays. But his
Mm.
response was, just to let you know, I didn't frame this in a way where I was trying to offend people. And if you felt offended, I can tell you that there are many other ways I could have framed it that would have offended you more.
That's pretty
So,
nice. That's nicely done. Yeah, that was nicely done.
yeah.
I like the
So,
way
yeah.
he said that. Yeah.
We got
Like, I'm
$1,000. We're gonna
capable of offending you if you really want to be
It's
offended.
like,
Yeah, like that
don't
kind of.
turn me into the supervillain, because I can do that. I
Yeah,
can go there.
yeah. You think what else need?
I see you're getting
Mhm.
into it as well.
I am starting to get the lingo here.
Boing. Zoom. Alright, that's going to be it for Saturn Valley.
Well,
I didn't
I
realize
hope
you.
you get selected for Wheel of Fortune. I had a friend who I actually made the video. I didn't send it in, but he made a video and he sent his in. He didn't get
Yeah, it
selected, but
says it gives you
he
like a 1 minute video and it says things
yeah,
not to do in order to get selected. One thing I thought of,
yeah.
like when I was making it, was would they maybe look at me like if I specifically took their instructions like the opposite? Like I made a point to do every
Uh,
single thing they told me not to do.
I'm
And
sure
they're like, this
somebody has tried that.
this
Yeah.
person has gotta be. Because there was another lady on Jeopardy who did that. It was they
Uh,
ask you about things to talk about, like in the contestant interviews.
yes. Yeah.
And one of the question prompts was like the biggest mistake you've ever made, and she wrote, "Why would I tell you this?"
Okay. Well, that's
Like
not
what?
too bad.
Um,
I think that
my
a Jeopardy audience would relate to classic movies, and some of
yeah,
them would actually relate to classic video games because that's our generation.
yeah,
Um,
and really
yeah.
Jeopardy. I was gonna say we've had Celebrity Jeopardy for a while. They really need to make like a younger version of it, like influencer Jeopardy,
Mhm.
and take like like
Mhm.
YouTubers or like online personalities that younger people are gonna know to relate to
Mhm.
that base a bit more.
Mhm. I mean, that would work well for us.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we suggest that. Not that I'm an
Yeah.
influencer. Although
Well,
I
we
just
could.
did become an Amazon influencer. That's kind of a big step for me.
Ah.
Yeah, that was a
What I
big
was what I
deal.
was saying before is we had level 24. That's what we were looking for because we have the power of healing beta
Yes.
now. We
That's what we
would
wanted.
Yeah, healing beta gets rid of poisoning, which would be from the
Yes.
zombie dogs, so we wouldn't need the vial of serum once we have this.
Say
Um,
fuzzy pickles. Ching.
Fuzzy Pickles!
Mhm.
Y- Wagering that at some point in life you'll actually do that, and someone will look at you and like, wait, what are you talking? I didn't mean to do that.
Oh, say fuzzy pickles.
Yeah, and somebody will look at you
Oh,
like, what are you talking
I've
about?
already done it. Yeah, I've already done it.
Really? Since we started playing this?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I explained it to my friend when I said it. He's like, "What?" I'm like, "It's from this old game called Earthbound." Yeah. Ooh,
The two red antoids and the plain
the
crocodile.
plain crocodile. as in the one that roams the plains. No, just
Yeah,
kidding.
I was thinking, yeah, 'cause plain is one of those other English being a weird language words. We're going to use love beta for the time being. Paul is going to use fire alpha. Jeff is going to just shoot. The crocodile is kind of scary because it can do a lot of damage by swinging its tail. Honestly, it's pretty impressive the way it's standing on its tail like that.
True.
All right. Grapefruit Falls. This is rather hypnotic after you stare at it for 3 minutes, because we are going to be staring at it for 3 minutes.
It is nice. No problem here. No problem here. No, there's no problem.
Oh, there it goes.
Look at the rock. The rock looks like a duck.
The one on top?
The rock in the center. Yeah, it looks like a little rubber ducky.
Kind of. Rubber ducky,
on the left,
you're
it
the
has
one,
a little curl.
right?
Yes, exactly.
All right, so
the Sesame Street song.
We found the spot that says "Say the password." It literally is what the Mr. Saturn told you. You have to put the remote down. You cannot press any buttons for 3 minutes in order to progress.
This game is really creative in its approach to those sorts of things. I like it.
So I'm putting my remote on the floor.
It thought about, like, how can they organically, like, that, like the misdirection one when you have the mushroom on your head, like that plays with the controls. Like, there's a lot of, somebody said, okay, we're going to use,
as much as we can possibly do in 95.
Yeah. And there's a game I just found out about where they mail you stuff and you have to, like, solve a mystery. It's like Hello, Mr. Holmes or something like that. And it's kind of like Clue. They're like, kids play Clue. Adults play Hello, Mr. Holmes. Yeah, so you would get these, like, a old-fashioned, like, late 1800s written letter in the mail and maybe a couple clues. And then you have to, like, and that happens a couple times, and then you have to figure out, based on that, what the mystery is and solve it. And I think that's kind of neat. That might be fun for people who are into mysteries.
Neither scientist nor scholar knows precisely what they are, just like Velveeta.
Boppy.
But yeah, they always stand in a row, just like the attack slugs. They're the weak enemy around here, so we're going to use fire. And yeah, they're basically experience grinding enemies. They're weak.
Gotcha. I was more of a Cheese Whiz guy than a Velveeta guy. Velveeta tasted plasticky to me.
I only said that because that's actually a line from, like, another YouTube short. B. Dylan Hollis, his cooking videos, he has a lot of funny lines about different food products that he likes or doesn't like. Velveeta being one of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Foppies like to group together. They're adorable, they're squishy, and we should be able to one-turn them. Yeah, there we go.
Without using any of our special special goods.
Ooh, left a PSI caramel. Nice.
Yeah, and that's quite a bit of experience for one of those. 437?
Yep. Experience grind? Great. Oh my.
Whoa, lots of zombie mice.
Offense up, Alpha. That will raise the offense of all our party members. No, Alpha means raise one person's offense for one battle. I think we're also going to be able to get defense down, which will lower the enemy's defense.
I see. Gotcha. Well, that's a good name for it.
Yeah, these are some of the other psychic moves that we don't use too much in this game. Also, I like how Paula and Jeff are both at exactly 100 HP. But yeah, we don't use them too much in this game. But remember that the mod I told you about, Hollow's End?
Yes.
It is so difficult that some of those abilities, the offense and defense psychic abilities, are almost mandatory in order to win some of the later fights. There.
Gotcha.
So I guess that is kind of a good thing. I mean, when you can. Now I don't need to do.
Yeah.
I don't need to do love beta. We can just do fire beta. It's a good thing because even though it's hard as can be, it kind of highlights the abilities that we don't use in the regular game. It's hard to make the gross sounds that Master Belch does. I know I can't do it. Even when it comes to piles of puke, you gotta believe in yourself.
Oh, is that what that's supposed to represent?
That's what I'm saying. Master Belch is the slimiest. However, I heard he's also serving some Gygus guy. That I cannot believe.
Well, you better reconsider because that's exactly what's happening.
Also, like how we have the Mr. Saturns here. They actually were kidnapped, so they work on the Fly Honey assembly line.
That's right, because they were taken behind the waterfall.
Tired, but so good. Ding!
What's so good? The jars of honey?
So honest. Smile. Boing. Maybe they're talking
he's happy in his work.
Maybe they're talking to each other. They're saying the other is so honest.
He's so happy in his work.
All right. Foppies.
Level up, level up.
Always love to do that. Now, this next area is kind of optional. We can go up the next ladder, and there's some stuff you can get in the room up top, and then you can fight some more enemies. But since we're a bit short on time, I'm just going to continue onward into this room, which spawns magic butterflies.
Oh, goody.
The mini barf was the boss fight. It was orange. This one's green, the slimy little pile. And these are actually different. These are mostly bad flies instead of no good flies.
Mostly bad.
Funny, considering they're actually tougher now. But insecticide spray gets rid of them easily.
Are you a fan of the movie The Princess Bride?
I have heard of it. I have seen parts of it. Inigo Montoya, it was Mandy Patinkin.
One of the best swords fight ever. But there's a scene where...
I was going to say, there's another odd, extra space there in the one line for the slimy little pile, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, there's a scene where somebody used the word mostly in a great way, and it's they have they need a resurrection. There's a character who's dead, and they go to a healer, and the healer says, you know, he's dead. What can you do? And he's like, oh, you know so much. Well, in your case, this person is only mostly dead, so we can, do something because, So it's kind of a fun.
That makes me think of
Billy Crystal is the actor.
Oh, I like Billy Crystal. That makes me think of the Wizard of Oz, where they're saying they have to make sure the witch is dead. Ding dong, the witch is dead, but we have to make sure of it.
Yes.
And the song is like, morally, ethically, spiritually, physically, undeniably, and reliably dead.
Wow, you have that memorized.
That's my dad's favorite movie, so we've seen it. We watch it every year on his birthday.
I love the Munchkins. They're great.
Are you the Fly Honey delivery boy? What's the password? It doesn't mean I don't trust you. Just say it. Say it now. Someone so quiet is either extremely shy or extremely dangerous. What a suspicious fellow.
We have to fight
him that one
because we don't have the password.
Yeah, I just like that one because how quickly he goes from angry to just kind of suspicious and like, why are you so quiet?
Yeah, I will attack you because you're quiet. That doesn't seem like.
And they can also call for help. I forgot. They are weak to freeze, unlike the mini barf boss. So that is probably the way to go here. Alright, it's time for the final fight of the episode against the person or being responsible for all of this chaos and havoc and Threed, Master Belch.
Bad. guy.
So are you Ness? I see. York, York, York. There's a prophecy that a boy will destroy Master Gygus. He. You make me laugh so hard. If Master Gygus is scared of someone, he would have to be worse than the greatest evil. Garg. I'll take you down big time, so get ready for the worst fight of your life.
Oh my.
Get ready to feel the pain of true nausea. Come on, let's go. I like getting
The
into his
pain
character.
of true nausea.
This
That's
artwork is
funny.
something.
Wow, it sure is. It's like Jabba the Hutt. Pizza
Yeah,
the Hutt.
almost.
So does Jeff
Well,
only have 31 hit points, or we didn't level him
no,
up?
I have to
We
heal
need
him.
to top him up. Yeah, we gotta heal
The
him.
thing about Master Belt,
Yeah.
he is a big talker. And his whole opening monologue is actually a paradox because of the way he's programmed. So he gives you the whole, this is the worst fight of your life. And if you don't know what to do, he is literally invincible because the game will auto heal him every turn, so you will never kill him. However, there is one specific thing that you have to do to turn that off, and that is, where is it? The jar of fly
Give him the
honey.
jar of fly honey, yeah.
Because as crazy as he is in fighting us, he is also equally crazy for consuming his favorite food. And once you give it to him, after turn 1, he will waste every other turn by eating the fly honey.
Nice. So
Master
at some
Bilch,
point,
he grabbed it and
the
started wolfing it down, yeah.
so at some point the designers were thinking, okay, we're gonna have these guys, they're gonna fight, and then they're gonna say, I can't do this. What's going? I can't. The guy just keeps healing. There's something. So then they'll have to figure out that it's an inventory item or something of that nature.
Yeah.
Because
So we have to
obviously,
use...
did you figure this out by yourself?
Oh no, I watched another
Yeah.
playthrough before I played this.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there actually is a second way to defeat him. His first turn, he always does the same thing. He blows his nauseating breath at you, which makes one party member nauseous. That means it's about the same as poisoning. They lose 20 HP every turn. But if you get him to feel strange by flash, he can burp in his own face, and the damage that he would do to himself doesn't auto heal. So if that's the other way to beat him. All right. In the meantime, we need
Like
to heal
a
Jeff before he dies, and let's use the bomb, because that should take a good chunk out of his 650 HP.
wow, that's a lot.
83 damage, nice.
Okay.
Oh, Jeff died.
Jeff's done.
Well,
No.
yeah, he lost his mind by wolfing down fly honey. The red actually matches his background. Fortunately, we have a couple life noodles, so that'll work. That'll revive Jeff.
Oh, yay, Jeff.
Let's use freeze. I want to see if he's weak to it. And he very much is. Okay,
Whoa,
freeze.
148.
Yeah, freeze is going to end this battle quickly. Nice. Spread it around. Everybody gets the level up. Actually, no, I don't think everyone did, but everyone got a nice chunk of XP.
We went up.
Looks like it was an even fight. But Master Gygus has managed to get the Mani Mani statue into Fourside. That statue that was in Happy Village.
Underground.
Yeah, it was controlling and messing with people. The city will soon be in worse condition than living in your own puke. Suffer, Spanky.
Spanky.
Yeah.
Suffer, Spanky.
Next
That
time...
sounds like
Oh,
a pretty
Mr.
good
Saturn.
name.
I escaped. Zoom.
Yay.
Burp. Boing.
Burp.
Goody. Burp. And this exits out in this cave up at the top of Saturn Valley with a spring that will clean us up and will also save the game offline. We'll continue from this point next time.
Yeah.
And yeah, what would you like to say about today's episode?
I loved it. I think, this was a lot of fun. We were talking about some good stuff that was related to the game, but gave us some ideas to talk about other stuff. I think this was a great session. So, session
Yeah.
Lucky 7. I liked Lucky 7. This was a lot of fun.
Lucky number 7. And of course, the Mr. Saturns are an absolute highlight. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. They're a hoot. Love that. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Once again, like and subscribe to our channels to see more as we continue through this series. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and bye for now.
Bye-bye.